Hollywood is dying. That's the claim that's being made by none other than Mel Gibson, Braveheart himself. But is it true? Could it be so cruel that SoCal is suddenly losing all of its entertainment industry jobs, becoming Detroit? Well, we did the numbers. We looked at the data. We've got the receipts, and it turns out that Mel just might be onto something. We'll tell you about it right now. Hello, folks. Welcome back yet again. An attitude of gratitude every time you decide to spend time with us. You're seen and appreciated here, where keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do. Click the like button and let's dive into whether or not the City of Angels, Los Angeles, is going to look a lot more like Lions territory, and not in a good way, very soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an update, and it's from Mel Gibson. I think it's called Brian Enton. Is that his name, Derek? Brian Enton?
Yeah. Yep.
Brian Enton Investigates did an interview with Mel Gibson. I had completely missed this, and this is a bad frame for Mel. We apologize, Mel. We're not doing this on purpose. I promise. It's a bad stop. But he's done an interview with Mel Gibson not so long ago, and I missed it. Film Threat. Chris Gore and Alan Ng, those guys, they caught it. And listen, I don't like to copy people. And we're not going to do the same level of analysis that they did. I want everybody to go over there and watch what they had to say about this. But I could not believe such a thing had passed by and we had not talked about it. We're going to. Before we go to the Mel Gibson interview, though, I want to present to you just how bad it is. I want to set the table for what Mel Gibson's going to say. Out of Deadline by Desi Gomez. List of Hollywood and media layoffs from Paramount to Warner Brothers Discovery to CNN and more. This came out November 3rd. Just so you know, the absurdity of Hollywood has caught up with them. With nearly only 4 months left in 2025, excuse me, Desi, you wrote this in November. Let's get the math right. You got a month and a half. Media layoffs across the entertainment industry have continued to bleed over from last year's avalanche of job cuts. Remember, they were supposed to survive to 25. Yeah, it didn't go so well. Who's getting fired? Teen Vogue? They've got that listed out, right? And they're mad about Teen Vogue. Paramount has laid off 1,000. An additional 2,000 total staff reductions on top of that. Fifth season, Disneyland, Amazon, Access Hollywood, Lionsgate, CNBC, PBS, Anonymous Content, Lifetime, Hallmark. I can't keep going, folks. It's just, and we take no joy in people losing their jobs. We take no joy in it. The Ankler, Eric Barmack, Fade to Black Hollywood's AI era jobs collapse is starting November 5th. Amazon plans a 75% automated workforce, now full human creativity, may soon only exist for a few indie weirdos. And they're saying that Hollywood is done for because the AI is coming to get them. It's coming to get them. And, we've talked about this past. People thought I was crazy because I was saying, AI is going to transform things. Hollywood now is in full-blown panic. Derek, I don't know if you've seen this. Lauren, I don't know if you've seen this. The number one new country music song charting was made by AI. Lauren, you're shaking your head. Yes, have you listened to the song, Lauren? Have you seen that?
No, I haven't listened to the song, but I did see the story, and I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and I called that too. I mean, hey, Pro, why don't you toot your horn some more? Last year, I said, and I think culture agreed with me, but I said that this year we would have AI land on the top charts for music, and a lot of people said, no way, not going to happen. It did. And Hollywood's preparing for mass layoffs there. I'm going to tell you, folks, though, I'm not dire. I'm not dystopian. The sky is not falling. Pro doesn't look out at AI and think it's going to replace him anytime soon. I don't think Derek Anderson can be replaced by AI. If you are using the latest technology, you're going to do what everybody else has done all throughout history, and that is you're going to rise because of it. So latch on to the good stuff, reject the bad stuff. But Hollywood has put itself in a position where it's in a bad place. And why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you go woke, when you are absolutely offensive to middle America, when you are so elitist that people cannot recognize you, and when you act like a scumbag on social media, suddenly people start turning to the robots instead. Let's go to what Mel Gibson had to say in this interview. I think it's fascinating. And essentially, folks, we'll listen in, but he's alleging that Los Angeles, that SoCal, that Tinseltown, that Hollyweird might soon look like Detroit, a city without the industry it was built upon.
Spend for 3 days and pick it up that way. So, I mean, that's pretty common, I think, and that's sort of, in a nutshell, tells you the story of the whole industry there. It's that it's being outsourced to other places where it's cheaper to shoot, more cost effective, better tax incentives, like Atlanta or New York or Bulgaria, or even I'm over here in Italy at the moment. You know, they have better incentives, and the food is better, and it costs about a third as much as it does in California. See, the cost of living skyrocketed as well. Everything's very expensive, and even just the people that work, all the people that work on film are finding it hard to make a living there and pay their way with the cost of living the way it is. It's just gone to hell altogether.
All right, let's pause there. Derek, let me get your opinion on this. California, he's saying, is inhospitable to business and to filming. And therefore, filming is going out. Now, the thing about this, Derek, is he lists out Atlanta, but a lot of Hollywood companies they don't want to be in Atlanta because they don't want to support the red state idea. So they're begging Mamdani right now. You know, New York gives away $800 million in free tax credits to Hollywood, right? You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yep.
They're begging Mamdani to increase that, go over $1 billion in New York for free money to Hollywood. And if they can't do that, they're going to the UK. It's amazing to me that the UK is financially more hospitable than California. What's your read on this? What's going to happen if entertainment completely leaves Southern Cal?
I mean, it's practically already gone. You go down to Hollywood. I would go down and hang out in Hollywood back in the day when I was a younger man. And I mean, the place was packed. It was like Vegas on any night you want to talk about. Full streets, people everywhere. And if you go there now, it's completely a ghost town. You know, there's no nightlife. People have just pretty much moved on. And it's kind of sad, you know, because some of the, you know, the night spots and the restaurants and the, you know, the clubs and the places where you would go and hang out, these places are empty. And it's just kind of indicative of what's going on in Hollywood overall. You know, they talk about, like, you know, Milt, I'm sure you're going to play the spot where he's talking about, like, a lot of these below the line jobs, you know, restaurants and caterers and, you know, the people that do the makeup and all of that. Those are the people that have built a life here in Southern California. And now the work isn't there anymore. The actors that used to come in and go to a restaurant and everybody used to go there after the shoot, those places are empty. And a lot of restaurants have closed business. They've closed up for good. Some legendary restaurants. So I think you're going to see Hollywood, like you just said, go the way of Detroit, where, you know, the industry is gone. Marvel completely moved out. They're all the way in the UK right now. Like, they've moved out of Atlanta. So it's not just they've moved to Atlanta. Now they've moved out of Atlanta to the UK. And that's what we're looking at. So we're talking about a film industry that basically no longer exists, except in, you know, the name of Hollywood may still be there. But the film industry is, you know, everywhere. You know, it's in, you know, London, it's in Bulgaria, as Mel Gibson was talking about. It's in the UK. It's wherever they can shoot it the cheapest. And a lot of that is due to because the policies of California, thanks to Gavin Newsom and a lot of the folks that have been running the state for a while, they were a little bit late to the game when it came to, hey, here's some tax credits to keep you guys in the state. So now,
Derek, how can it be? Derek, how can it be that these people are so incompetent? Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom and all the rest of them, how can they be so incompetent that they burn down an area? And people don't understand this. When we talk about the scope and scale of those wildfires, they call them wildfires, but it was really residential fires. It was really, I mean, they just house after house after house. The incompetence, and then they don't get ejected from their political careers. They actually, like Gavin Newsom wants to run for president. They burned down an area the size of the city of Paris. Folks, I mean, if you've ever been to Paris, it's not small.
Right.
They burned down an area the size of Paris, and nobody except the fire chief who showed up and said, "Where's my water?" Nobody got fired.
Yeah. That's California, baby. All right. That's what we've been dealing with. All right. We've been dealing with gross incompetence for the last 5 to 7 years. And a lot of that is because of Gavin Newsom and the way he runs the state. And, unfortunately, people just keep voting for the same people because they have a little bit of, TDS and they don't want to stick it. I mean, we just had an election where, they literally gave up their rights to have a private group pick the districts. All right. Instead of politicians picking the districts. Okay, they gave that back to the politicians so that they could rig. I mean, I don't want to get into the politics of it all, but these are the type of people you're dealing with. These are the people we've been dealing with for the last, at least a decade for sure. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't blow me away that Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass can be that incompetent and nobody loses their job, except for the fire chief who was actually right. It's like, hey, I didn't have
news. The good news, Derek, is that the Hollywood elites who left Hollywood, we did a video on this. Mm-hmm. The Hollywood elites who left Hollywood, left California, and went to New York to campaign for Mamdani, they're inspired now. They think they can find the Hollywood version of Mamdani to at least be mayor of LA. So, they've really, things are doing well. Let's go back to the clip. We're going to get Lauren on this one. And here's more of Mel and the hell he says that SoCal has become.
Bro, we're not getting audio.
Oh, no audio, you say?
Nope.
All right. Hang on a second, folks. We'll fix it. We'll start over again. Give me uno momento, por favor. Lauren, give me some pattern. Tell me what you think about the fact that, now it's playing for me and not for you guys, so that's going to be annoying. Lauren, tell me what you think about the idea that the unions fought last year, in the last 2 or 3 years, over AI, and basically they got nothing, and now AI is going to sweep their jobs away. It's really imbecilic.
Well, my opinion on AI is a little different than yours. We've had this conversation a few times. I think that at least in the short term, it's going to be more of a fad. It is going to get better. It's going to get better. I think that when you hit the time when they can put somebody out there and position them as a new actor or actress and get through an entire feature and nobody realizes it's an AI avatar, they're trying to do that with that Tilly avatar that they've created, but they've already told you that this is an AI actress. I think it's going to be pretty obvious at first. And I think that it's going to be another thing that's going to turn the audience off. You don't like inauthenticity in your entertainment, and you especially don't like it when you can spot uncanny valley stuff. So I think it's going to be a mistake if they keep trying to pursue this, unless it's done for targeted stuff, like stunts that you couldn't safely perform or replicating somebody's voice. That kind of thing in targeted ways I think is acceptable. Full actor replacement, I'm not sold on it.
Let's see if the audio is resolved this time. We're going to play it. If not, well, we'll just go with what we got. But here's back to Mel Gibson. Same time we were on, folks. We didn't lose a thing. Here we go. Lauren, we got audio now?
Nope, still haven't got it.
Well, what a joy that is. You know what? We'll just go to plan B. What's plan B? As always, it's Valiant Renegade. Valiant, welcome aboard, man. Valiant, we've been listening to Mel. I'll just tell people what Mel says as he talks about SoCal and hell. The next thing that Mel Gibson says in that part of the clip is that, as Derek was saying, that all of these secondary and tertiary careers and jobs are leaving now. So, like, if the Hollywood production can't get underway anymore, then all the businesses that surround that, the people who make the props, the people who make the stages, the people who, the electricians, the carpenters, even those who get the coffee, and steam the milk, they got to go somewhere else because those jobs are gone. Valiant, your thoughts on the reports now that Hollywood is losing something like 40 to 50% of its jobs and could become Detroit within the next 2 years?
Yeah, get the hell out of California, get the hell out of Hollywood. It's a dying town. It's a garbage town run by garbage people, full of garbage people. They have sown the seeds of their own destruction. And frankly, I don't care. And I'll revel in the fact that they collapse.
You never saw it coming, though. You never saw it coming, did you?
No, never at all. No, it's pretty pretty obvious to everybody that had more than 2 brain cells to rub together. I mean, like I've told my kids, don't stay here in Louisiana. Louisiana is a dying state. It's terrible. And it's got good leadership. It's had good leadership the last, decade or so. Solid. The problem is it's so far down the tubes that, the likelihood it's going to come out of its problems in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years is seemingly unlikely. You know me. I mean, I'm looking to leave Louisiana. I've told my kids, get out of college, get the hell out of here. I mean, that goes 10x for anybody in California. It's a dump. It's a trash fire. I know people like Gavin Newsom like to pretend that they are the second coming of Jesus Christ, and act like they're going to save the state. They're not. People like Gavin Newsom are the problem. They have put California in the dump that it's in. And it's just, look, Gary, Nerdrotic, got the hell out of there. Most people that have a lick of sense are going to try to leave California if they haven't already. It's not going to get saved. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And the people who rely on the film and television industry, if they had 2 brain cells to rub together, they would get the hell out of that state. They would move to Vancouver. They would move to the UK. They would move to New Zealand. They would move to any other places that aren't Hollywood, because Hollywood is dead. It's dead.
Valiant,
even with the new, we're going to increase the pool for tax credits in California. It doesn't matter. You're going to give everybody a 25% film tax credit in California, but they already have to start out paying 25 to 30% or more for the labor and services to make the film there. This is why most film and television productions realize that, you know what? It's cheaper for us to fly everybody out to Ireland and film our TV shows out there and fly everybody back than to shoot it in California. It's a dump. And
Valiant.
It deserved to drop off and fall in the ocean.
Something I thought about today earlier was, up until 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you never heard about red states and blue states. It was just the United States. I mean, you knew that some states were conservative, you knew some states were liberal, but and people would talk about the left coast and that kind of thing, right? The elite bubbles. But this became a thing because the country is so different. California is like an entirely different nation than Florida. Texas is like a completely different, country than New York. And it seems like the wealth is flowing away from California, New York to these other places. And it seems like the film industry is the same way, except with the film industry, they're determined to go to the UK or go anywhere that's not associated with conservatives.
Yep. That's it. And they can go ahead and die by their own dumb decisions. And look, I see people in the chat saying, yeah, Valiant said Louisiana's a garbage. It is. Politically, business-wise, everything, the functionality of the state. Now, granted, the last 5 to 8, since Jeff Landry got in there, really about 3 years, it's been completely overrun by Republicans in the legislature. And to their credit, they are doing a yeoman's job. I mean, digging in, trying to fix a lot of things. The problem is in the state, the bulk of the money is still trial lawyers, ambulance chasers, the trash of humanity that makes everything worse. That's going to be very difficult for Louisiana to fix. California has that and then some, right? It's like you got the people in Louisiana that are going to try to fix this, but there's only so much they can do. And I'm not going to sit around and keep wasting my money on a place that is probably never really going to get fixed. We're still going to have insurance rates 8 to 10 times that the rest of the country. Okay.
Well, you got a New Orleans problem as well. I mean, a lot of states have this. You've got a lot of corruption sitting in your capital city, and it's just really hard to overcome that.
It is. And, so some of this Trump era politics where they're going to end this practice of the racially gerrymandered districts is going to go a long way to help, but it's not going to solve everything. But that's why I said, look, for myself, my kids, for everybody out there, people in California, since you asked, just get out, just leave. Just leave.
But you'll be an LSU fan forever.
I enjoy LSU football.
You know what you should do, Valiant? I know how to fix all this. Just I know why you don't like Louisiana anymore. It's the alligator gar, that darn invasive species. You're always sending me pictures of the latest one you've killed. Send all those alligator gar to California and just let them be. They'll be an endangered species over there. They'll love them. Well,
I mean, I'll still be down here, but I mean, my voter ID card, my driver's license might be somewhere else. But you know, the point is this: the same thing needs to happen in California with all these folks. It just there's too many broken places here. And look, other red states have their area, like Louisiana, deep red state, right? New Orleans, Baton Rouge, absolute crap holes, garbage areas, right? And people ask about, wow, how is Louisiana the worst state in the country when it comes to education? Okay, guess what? Remove New Orleans and Baton Rouge public schools from that metric. It's a very different story.
Same thing in Illinois.
Very, 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 very different story. So anyway.
Same thing in Illinois. You know, 95% of the geography completely different than Chicago, right? And yet Chicago runs Illinois. Folks, LA was running the entertainment industry, but it's all going away. Where is it going to go? Well, not to Tinseltown, and maybe not even to New York. They're going to be crying for Mumdani, not their mommy, real soon. Good night, game over, drive home safely. Folks, this video is done. But before we all head home, we only ask one thing. Folks, as you get ready to head on out, consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those pesky algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below and share your thoughts, for a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Waste not that beautiful personality of yours. And folks, we would say, as you get ready to head out the door, that it has been an honor to spend time with you, an attitude of gratitude each and every time that you elect to join together with us. Breaking bread and breaking entertainment, well, the industry. No, we like entertainment. It's the industry that irks us sometimes. Well, it was a good time. We hope you had a good time. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun. Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.